One of the main areas of focus in 2019 R1 is the WMS feature. So we have a warehouse management. So the benefits of the internal Acumatica warehouse management solution is that everything's in real time. So the mobile device is going to work with the database so that everything occurs the instant it's scanned and received. We've done this. We've created a number of processes: automated, receiving, put away and transfers, pick, pack, and ship. And we're going to walk through a few of those today, as many as we can get through within the allotted time. So let's go in. First, we'll show how to receive goods. So you can receive goods from a purchase order. You can do a receive and put away in one step. You can do a two-step with a transfer. Lot and serial numbers and units of measure are all supported within this. So let's go in. We'll go in and start this process with a purchase order. So let's go create a new purchase order. And we'll pick a vendor. And we'll do a simple PO. So we're going to go create this purchase order, and then we're going to go receive it using the mobile device. So the widget 01s, we'll go get, we'll order 25 of those. There's also a Powerade option. The Powerade's lot and serial numbered. So we'll be able to show how a lot and serial number would come in and how that process would occur as well. All right, so we're going to go ahead and save that. Take it off hold, action, approve. So now we have an open purchase order. Now we can create, if we needed to, a purchase receipt against this. But what we're going to do in this case is we're going to go in and we're actually going to receive the order directly. So let's pull up our mobile phone. This is the device that was shown in the previous slide. It's a Zebra system that will allow us to do these. In order to simplify some of the scanning, from time to time, I'm going to show this screen, which is going to allow me to go in and scan. If I put in a purchase order, it's going to create a barcode that I can read. So you'll see that from time to time as well. All right, so let's go in and log into our system on our mobile scanner. And you'll see that down towards the bottom of this menu, we have this new option called Warehouse Management. Within Warehouse Management, I'm going to do a receive and put away as part of this. So let's click that one. And now you'll see that the first thing I need to do is scan the receipt number. So we're going to go ahead and pop back this person, and I'm going to scan it. And let's get this out of the way again. And you'll see that the receipt gets loaded in and it's ready to go. So now we can start scanning our items. So it's going to say scan the barcode item. So I have a list of items that barcodes that correspond to widget 01. So we'll go scan that. And you can see now we've got our widget 01 selected. Next, it's asking for the location. So I'm going to go put this away in my warehouse location, R1S1. Now, I had to go get 25 of those, so the option is to keep scanning and then keep scanning locations. However, what I might want to do instead is use this set quantity button, and I'm going to go in and put in my 25 items so we can have that all at once. Okay, so next we need to go grab our Powerade. Now remember, the difference with the Powerade is that it's lot and serial numbered. So it's going to, when I scan that, it's going to ask for a lot and serial number. I have some sheets in front of me with lot and serial numbers, so I'll just scan serial number 1. Then we have to put it away into a location. So we went ahead and did that, and we're going to set the quantity there as well so that we can speed the process along. Now, at this point, you can see that the purchase order has been received. There's an ability to click this review button, and you can go in and take a look at what's on your item and then what's actually been received. But in this case, we got the feedback immediately. Up here, you can click the release, and now we're going ahead and actually completed the confirmation of that receipt. Now, if I come back into my application over here, I'm going to go into the purchase receipt screen, and you'll see that here's the one we have at the end, which makes the that possible. This is what it got created in the background. So this was a way to do, this was one process to go in and do that. There's other options that you have. If you want to go into, for example, your purchase order and into your purchase order preferences, I'm going to open that in a new tab. You have the ability to set how all these receiving settings work. So we can go in and you can say use a single receiving location. So remember, I had to scan each time, but if I used a single receiving location, then everything would occur very easily when it would require a little less scanning. So the application can be configured to meet your specific needs. So that's a quick look at some of the features that are available within the receipt area of this. Let's go in and talk about the other side, which is the sales order, to go in and pick, pack, and ship the sales order. To do that, we're going to go into the system again. We're going to create a simple sales order, and we're going to go in and show some of the picking and packing options for that. So let's go in, hit the sales order, new sales order, and we'll create one. We're going to use some of maybe the items that we just received in. So we'll go grab a couple of widgets, and we'll go grab our Powerade. Now, if I click on this Powerade, I'm going to show you one other feature that's supported. Within the sales demonstration data, we've got this set up so that there's this cross-reference tab. This is where you can specify the different barcodes that scan to this particular inventory item. You also see that there's a unit of measure associated with that. So I can actually scan a box of Powerade. If I don't want to go in and scan one and add a quantity of 10, you can go in and utilize these units of measure. All right, so let's go in and we're going to create the shipment. Oops, let's cancel that. Let's do these both from the wholesale warehouse. And save that. And we're going to go in and create our shipment. So now we have a shipment that we're ready to head back out to the warehouse, so the warehouse can begin scanning this. So let's go back to our main area we have. We'll do the pick, pack, and ship option. And instead of scanning and copying that in, I'm just going to copy it over manually from what you see here, 5, 7. And now we've got that ready to go in. We could have also, obviously, if we needed to, we could have printed the pick list and gone in and scanned off that, but that would have taken a little bit longer. So now I need to decide where I'm going to go grab these items from. So we're going to include a pick, and this is basically the pick process. So we're going to go out to our location where we received them, and then we're going to go grab our item, which is a widget 1. And we grabbed one of those. So if I can go in, I can set the location and grab my second one of those. Let's go grab back to our location. And then the next thing we want to do is we want to get our Powerade, but instead of scanning multiple ones of those, we're going to scan the Powerade box. Now we need to go grab our lot and serial number. So I'm going to go do that. And you can see that that we're all ready to go. Now at this point, we've picked. If I wanted to, I could click this button up here and confirm my shipment. This is if you're doing all of your picking and packing in one step. If I chose to otherwise, I could hit this area and I could scan something called at pack. It's a special barcode that would put it in packing mode. Or I can go down here to the change mode area. And it's not there yet, and change it to pack if I wanted to do that. So all those, so that could be done as well. I'm not sure why I'm not getting a pack option. Let's try one more thing. Let's try, well, we'll go ahead and confirm it just to keep it moving. So this is going to go in and actually confirm it. If we had more time, I'd go through an option where we could go through and do a packing option as well. All right, next we have, so that was about picking, packing, and shipping. You can even break it out into three. If I wanted to, I could have separated the packing, scanned boxes, and then put items in boxes before I confirmed it. And then the last one, I could have broken out a shipping option where after the boxes have been packed, I can go in and grab an option to do the shipment, where I could pick a carrier or do rate shipping from the mobile device to go make that happen. The next thing is item and storage lookup. It's quite a simple process. We'll just do one short example to show that. If I go back to my, we'll save that. We'll go back into our main area, and you'll see that there's both an item lookup as well as a storage lookup. So the item lookup allows me to scan an inventory item and see everything, and then the storage would allow me to spot a location. So let's actually do a storage one. So it's going to ask what warehouse we're in. We'll go into the wholesale. I don't have a barcode for this, but we'll do it that way. And I mistyped it, so we'll try that again. Okay, and we'll scan our location. And we'll hit review down at the bottom, and you'll get to see all the different items that we have in this in that area. So you can see all the items we scanned, as well as a number of them are available. Items are loaded as the screen is scrolled, so that's why the response time is going to be very strong and fast on this. So that's a little bit about item and storage lookup. Another thing that we've enabled with our WMS system is the ability to do physical inventory counts. Physical inventory counting, we improved in 2019 R1 to add the ability to scan things with zero quantity. We didn't used to be able to add that, and people gave us the feedback that they needed that functionality. The other thing that we have is that we have the ability to unlock items or location during physical inventory. All these things are designed to make it more efficient when you're doing your physical inventory. So if you don't want to lock down specific items, you can go ahead and allow those things to occur. You can also unlock, after you finish scanning, you can make things, unlock things as well. So let's go do a quick physical inventory demonstration. So we'll go to our, we'll go to prepare physical, we'll create a new count, prepare physical count. And we're going to pick something small here. We'll just go grab computers. And well, at this point, you'll see you can generate which locations, you can exclude locations. You can go in and say, I want to exclude certain inventory items to do that. And then once you have all your selections generated, you go in and you generate your physical inventory. So now I have the physical inventory, and I can look at my number and start going in and doing scans against that. So for this one, it's a fairly limited one where we're just scanning some Lenovo laptops. Let me actually make sure I've got a barcode associated with that before I do it. I don't. So let's go set up a barcode for our Lenovos. Okay, and then we'll go out to our mobile device and start that process. So you'll see that we have a scan and count function that's part of that helps with physical inventory counting. Now we have to go in and scan our reference number. Let's see if I can looks like we got 5 zeros and an 8. So now we're ready to go in and start scanning these. You can see this location is unfortunately something I don't have a barcode for, so we're just going to type that in manually. Normally you would be able to go into the, you just be able to scan that from the bin location, but we'll go do that one this way. If I didn't scan it, it would automatically add another location, which is what I could have done. And now I can go start scanning my items, which I did. So I think I put in 7, put in that guy, and so on and so forth. So that gives you an idea of how you would go through the process of making these occur. So you can see we've got one that we've actually physically scanned, and you would go ahead and continue to do this following that mechanism until you've got everything set up how you want it. Now, the other, so I already talked about some of the improvements. In the interest of time, I'm not going to show these. These are simple examples. You can also use the mobile device to create inventory issues, receipts, as well as transfers, where you can go in and use these 3 applets here to make those things happen as well directly from the mobile device. Those are useful in situations where you have a simple receipt that needs to come into your warehouse, or if you want to issue something to a project, often those are types of things that would be done. We also have done several improvements to the UI in terms of inventory. The inventory allocation screen is one that gives a lot of details about how a specific inventory item looks. So let's go into our, let's do inventory allocation details. And we'll pick out our widget 01. So you can see we've been doing a number of sales orders, so it gives us all the current exemptions. Over on this area, you can see you get a total number of additions and a total number of deductions. And if you need to see all the different mechanisms by which things can be added and deducted, you can expand this field to break that out a little bit differently. This will also allow us in the future to add more and more mechanisms that are associated with that. All right, so that's a lot of the enhancements in the distribution area were associated with this warehouse management solution that we had.